Good morning, students. Now let us come for today's experiment, a video recording on experiment OCC of DC shunt generator in electrical machines 1 laboratory. This is the diagram, circuit diagram for the electrical machines, OCC of DC shunt generator. So where you can see you have input power supply here, and this is the 4-point starter diagram. You can observe L, LL, F and A are the terminals of 4-point starter, and Z is the field winding of the DC machine. So this one is the motor and this one is the generator, because since we are conducting open circuit characteristics for shunt generator, when you want to run a generator, definitely there should be a prime mover. The prime mover for this particular generator is the DC motor we are going to take. Hence the first one is DC motor, and Z is the field winding of the DC motor, and this is the field rheostat. We call it as field rheostat, and its value is 350 by 1.1 ampere. So this should be inserted in series with the field winding, and the field rheostat of this must be in minimum position. Is it clear? And the voltage that is given is 230 volts. So this part is nothing but a DC motor with starter diagram. The next part of this one is the DC generator. You can see here, this is the DC generator, and across these armature terminals you are going to connect a voltmeter, and the field winding of DC generator is excited by externally. That is 230 volts DC supply. External voltage is given through a potentiometer connection. This is what a potentiometer connection, where it is to be kept at minimum position, so maximum position here, and its value is again same 350 by 1.1 amperes. And there is a voltmeter connected across the field winding, that is V, and an ammeter in series with the field winding. So of course all these ratings of meters are decided based on the nameplate details. I hope you understand now. This is the circuit diagram. Now to decide the ratings of this voltmeter, ammeter and one more voltmeter, we need to go to the nameplate details. So the nameplate details are shown here. You can see this is the motor nameplate details, and this is shunt generator nameplate details, which are written on the wall. Is it clear? This is base for the entire DC motor and generator set, and you can see here this is the motor nameplate details. If you observe, this is the motor nameplate details, where you can see here voltage is given 220 volts, kilowatt it is also given 5 kilowatt or 5 HP motor, and the ampere rating is also given 19 amperes, and RPM is also given 1500. Since these are very small on the machine, so the details are written clearly on this wall. I hope you understand. Similarly for generator also, for another machine, because this is a motor generator coupling, you can see here the same are taken here. We should have the same machines. Is it clear? The same rating also, 220 volts, 19 amperes, 1500. And the field excitation, please do remember amps. There is one more amps here, 1.0. that is nothing but the field excitation. Field current to be applied for this machine, maximum value is only 1 ampere. You should not apply beyond 1 ampere for normal operating conditions. So that's about what? The nameplate details. Based on that nameplate details, now you can see here the voltage rating of this voltmeter connected across AAA is, already we have seen from the nameplate details, generator voltage rating is, we are going to apply 220 volts. Hence the range of this meter should be 0 to 300 voltmeters, and the type of voltmeter is moving coil. Similarly, voltmeter connected across field winding. So here also you are going to apply 230 volts. Definitely voltage rating should be 0 to 300, and same moving coil type of instruments. And coming to the ammeter rating, just now I have shown that the field current rating of machine is what? Maximum 1 ampere. So you can apply 0 to 1 ampere or even 0 to 2 amperes MC type of instrument. I suggest you to go for 0 to 2 amperes, because since this machine is on no load condition, and that too we are going to conduct open circuit conditions, here we are going to apply field current beyond its rated value up to 120 to 130% of rated voltage. Hence I will suggest you to go for 0 to 2 amperes MC type of instrument. So that's about what? Deciding the voltmeters and ammeter ratings. Once if you know the circuit diagram explanation and then nameplate details, then coming to the connections. The connections for the machine are as shown here. See here, this is actually the 4-point starter, and this is the field rheostat which I have shown in the diagram. and this is the supply for the DC motor, and these are the terminals for the DC motors. For 4-point starter, you can see here there is L, A, F, LL, and you are going to have plus and minus symbols, that is for supply for the motor. Armature terminals are A and AA, and field winding terminals are Z and ZZ. These are the terminals for the motor as well as the starter. Coming to the generator, because we are going to have even generator also, therefore even for generator also we are going to have armature terminals AA and field terminals ZZZ. So you need to give supply to the field winding, hence we are going to take the field supply voltage even for this also, and that supply voltage is taken from the same input. We should not go for change in that input. Hence these are connected to terminals, and this is connected again to this DPST switch, and from here you will be getting the supply, that is 220 volt supply for the field winding of the generator. So that's about what the panel and the terminals. Is it clear? Now coming to the connections, first let us start from the DC motor. If you see here, for the DC motor, the connection is given from the positive supply to the L of the starter through what? The fuse. So positive supply through fuse, and then you can observe it is connected to L terminal of the starter, and next terminal is A. Where that A is taken from the starter, it is given to A. So A is to be given to the, that is starter A is to be given to the armature terminal A of the motor, and F terminal from the 4-point starter. F is given to the motor field rheostat starting terminal. This is the motor field rheostat, and starting terminal is this one, and it is connected here from F to the starting terminal. Now from the end terminal of the motor field rheostat, which we call it as variable point, and that variable point is shown here with arrow marks. This is the variable point. Variable point is arrow mark, and that terminal is connected to what? Z of the DC motor. See here, Z. And another terminal from here, ZZZ. ZZ is connected to the negative terminal. You may get a doubt that what about the internal connection between ZZZ? So no need to connect externally. There is already an internal connection. Clear? So ZZ is connected to AA. See here, ZZ is connected to even AA also, armature terminal of DC motor, and those 2 points are again connected to the negative terminal. These two are connected and then connected to the negative here. Is it clear? Next, LL terminal is existing. So LL is nothing but directly connected to the negative terminal. This is for protection of the motor, entire protection. Is it clear? Now, as I said that you need to give the same DC supply to the field winding also for the generator. That is why same voltage supply is given here. Positive to positive, negative to negative. That is plus and minus here. So there is a DPST switch as shown here. There is a DPST switch, and through that fuse connection, again that is given to what? Potentiometer connection. So plus terminal of this field winding supply is given to one terminal. So plus one is given. You can see here the fixed terminal. It should be given to the fixed terminal of the field rheostat. What is the range of this one again? 350 ohm by 1.1 or 1.2 amperes. Fixed terminal. Another fixed terminal of this rheostat, see here, this one, another fixed terminal is this one. This is connected to the negative terminal. This is connected to the negative terminal of the supply as shown here. If you see here, positive terminal is connected to here. This is connected to negative terminal, and there is one more point, that is variable point. Variable point of this rheostat is this arrangement. If you observe, variable point of this rheostat is this arrangement. If you see here, that variable point is given to what? One to the positive terminal of ammeter, and the other one positive terminal of voltmeter. If you see here, positive terminal of ammeter. This is positive terminal. See here, it is positive terminal. Positive terminal. And another one, positive terminal of voltmeter. Positive terminal of voltmeter. Now what happens? Negative terminal of ammeter. See here, negative terminal of ammeter is given to Z of field rheostat of generator. So negative terminal is connected to Z here, and ZZ should be connected to what? Negative supply. So it is given to negative supply. Next, voltmeter positive already I have shown. Negative is to be connected to again negative. So negative is to be connected to the negative point, or you can also give it to ZZ, no problem. Voltmeter negative can also be connected to ZZ and then connected to the negative. So here ZZ is connected to the negative. This is how they are going to give the field excitation. This is what we call it as excitation to the field winding through the DC supply that is shown here. This is what the DC supply. Once if you, this is how to give the connections for the DC shunt generator in order to perform open circuit characteristics. The DC motor is acting as a prime mover for the DC generator. So now after giving connections as per the circuit diagram shown here, so now supply is given to the DC motor by turning on this DPST switch. Turn it, turn on, force it, the DPST switch. Then slowly by varying the DC motor, by varying the arm of the starter. The DC motor starter is to be turned as shown here, so that you can observe the motor will be in running condition. The machine, the set we can say, motor generator set. The next step is you need to run the machine at its rated speed. So if you observe, the speed of the machine is what? 1482 only. From the nameplate details, I have shown you that the speed, rated speed is what? 1500 RPM. Therefore, what you have to do? So you need to run the machine at its 1500 RPM. For that, you need to vary the field rheostat. This is what the field rheostat. This is to be varied until the speed on that is 1500 RPM. You can see here. You can see now the speed of the cell is 1505. Yeah, so it is 1502 RPM, so you can take it as approximately 1500. So once if the machine is run at its rated speed, then start giving the excitation, and before this, see that this rheostat, generator field rheostat, should be kept at maximum position. How do you decide its maximum position? Observe, this is the positive terminal and this is the negative terminal. So the current starts entering here and then start flowing through this field rheostat and then leaves the terminal, variable point. So this is what the maximum position. So now give the field excitation and you just observe. Once if you give the field excitation, you will see there will be a voltage initially that is available across. Even if you remove this, you can see here, 1 minute, see here, supply is given, but we didn't give the field excitation. Field excitation is not given, still it is 0. Field is 0. You can see here, this is what the field rheostat, it is kept in minimum position. That means excitation is almost 0. Even though excitation, field current is 0, you just observe the voltmeter is showing still some value. How much? If I see here, it is connected to 300 volts. So I can see here, in between 0 to 20, approximately how much? 10 volts. So if you see the exact reading, it is 11 volts. So the generated voltage is showing 11 volts. This is generated voltage is 11 volts. for field excitation 0. So that means you tabulate it now. IF is 0. See here, field current is what? It is showing 0. For IF 0, note down the values of field voltage and generator voltage. So field voltage. So we are going to take again two sets of reading. One in the forward direction, and field rheostat e direction lo move chestu you need to note down the values, and again in the reverse direction also you need to note down the values. You can see here. So let us go for forward voltage. Now at field current 0, you observe the readings taken here. Field current 0 in the forward direction, field voltage 0, and generator voltage is 11 volts in the forward direction. 11 volts. Is it clear? Now just see, I am just increasing that field excitation to 0.05. See here, the field current is shown 0.05. It is 0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. In between 0 and 0.1. So 0.05 is the field current, and you just observe it is connected to 2 amperes. So that should be doubled. So the value of this field current is 0.05 into 2. So you will be getting 0.1. So field current is what? 0.1. It is to be noted as shown in the diagram. Accordingly, the field voltage you need to measure. The field voltage is 30 volts. It is connected to what? 300. Please observe, it is connected to 300, and the reading is also 300 showing deflection. So 30 volts is the field voltage, and generator voltage is 63 volts. 63. So like this, you need to again increase in the forward direction. Make it to 0.1 field current. Field current is 0.1, and field voltage is 58 volts, 58 volts, and generator voltage is 112 volts. Like this, you need to vary in the forward direction. Up to 120% of rated voltage. What is the rated voltage here? It is 230 volts. So what is 120 into 230? So it's approximately 260 volts. You can calculate it. 250 to 260 volts you have to take it. So like this, you vary the field excitation in the forward direction and note down the readings as shown here. Is it clear? I am going to take another value. So the field current is 0.15 into 2. Field voltage is 83 volts, and generator voltage is 151 volts. Again increase that. 0.4. You can observe 0.2 is the field current into 2. Field voltage 110, and generator voltage 176. Similarly, increase it again 0.25. This is 0.25. 0.25 is the field current. Field voltage 138, and generator voltage 196. So field current 0.3 into 2.6. Then field voltage 160 volts, generator voltage 210 approximately. So it is 210 volts. Again increase that. You can see here increasing that up to 0.35. So 0.35 into 2, that means 0.7. Field voltage is 188, and generator voltage 230.
24.
Yeah, so in between 230 madam. Yeah, 222 volts. 222 volts only. Again increase the field rheostat. Yeah, that's enough, madam. Point. So the field current is 0.39. No problem. 0.4. Field current is 0.4. That is 0.4 into 2. Then the field voltage is 216 volts. Generator voltage 234. Again increase maximum. So as of now the field current is 0.44 into 2. Field voltage 230 volts. Generator voltage 240 volts. So maximum possibility is 240 volts only for this machine. So like this, in the forward direction you have taken. Now what you have to do? Take the same field current and reverse. Take the readings in the reverse direction. So of course last reading is same. You can repeat it. See how we are going to repeat that values. So now what we have to do? Reverse direction. So what is the previous 0.4? Yeah, again same reading. Field current 0.4. Field voltage 220. And generator voltage 233. If you see. Next 0.35. Just observe, field current is reduced. Yes, 0.35. Next field voltage 189 and generator voltage 222. Similarly reverse direction lo ela vastunaro chudandi. Yeah, no just no opposite direction. Yes, still yes. So now the field current is 0.3 into 2. Field voltage 169 or 170 you can take, and generator voltage 212 volts. So again reverse it. Stop. The field current is 0.25 into 2. Field voltage 142. Generator voltage 198. So like this you have to take up to beginning again 0.2. Stop. Field current 0.2 into 2. Field voltage 116. Generator voltage 182. 0.15. Pancham. A little bit. Yes, enough. So field current is 0.15 into 2. Field voltage 90 volts. Generator voltage 162. Stop. Field current reduced to 0.1 into 2. Field voltage 60 volts. Generator voltage 126. Make it to 0.05 again. Stop. So we have 0.05 field current into 2. Field voltage 32 volts. Generator voltage 80 volts. Bring down to last value. Complete 0. Stop. Field current 0. Field voltage 0. And generator voltage 12 volts. 12 or 13. Earlier it is 12 volts. Now it is 13 volts. So this finishes open circuit characteristics of what? DC shunt generator. Once if you take down the readings, then you need to find out average values of IF, average value of VF, and average value of generator voltage. Is it clear? So once if you find out all these things, you need to draw the graph between IF, VF, and also generator voltage. Is it clear? Tabular column which already done. See here. So afterwards, after finding out average values of field current, field voltage, and generator voltage, then you need to draw the graph between EG, see here the graph between generator voltage and field current, field voltage and field current. So you will be getting the curve as shown there, that is OCC. So the line between VF and IF is nothing but resistance line. We call it as field line. We call it as field line. Once if we draw this, then what you have to do, draw a line starting from origin tangent to the OCC curve. That we call it as air gap line. Once if you know that, then take any point on the tangential line, any point. As an example here, the last peak point we can say here, let us name it as A, and this is from A, drop a line perpendicular to x-axis, and it cuts the field line at a point B, and it also cuts x-axis at point C. Now AC is the voltage. Is it clear? AB is the voltage, and OC is the corresponding field current, and BC is the field. BC is nothing but the field voltage. Corresponding to this, is it clear? As per the definition of critical speed, find out critical speed NC is equal to BC by AC multiplied by the synchronous speed, and also critical resistance you can write it as AB by BX. AB is nothing but the voltage and BX is nothing but the field current. So AB is the voltage divided by BX will give you the critical field resistance represented as RC. This is how to determine the critical speed and critical resistance from the open circuit characteristics of DC generator. So this is how the characteristics of open circuit characteristics of shunt generator drawn on a graph. And see here the tangential line is drawn from origin through this so that it will cut the OCC characteristics at tangential, and you can observe the starting point. As per the readings from the experimental results, you are going to get 1 minute. After drawing a tangential line to the OCC, nothing but air gap line. This is air gap line. Is it clear? Find out critical resistance as explained, critical speed as explained from the expected graph, and approximately you will be getting 550 as ohms as the critical resistance, and critical speed is approximately 600. So it will be below 700 RPM. So that's about determination of critical speed and critical resistance from open circuit characteristics of DC shunt generator experimentally. Okay students, that's it, how to find NC, that is critical speed and critical resistance experimentally by conducting open circuit characteristics test. Another name also you can have, that is no load saturation characteristics for the DC shunt machine. Is it clear? That's about open circuit characteristics experiment setup and the results that are obtained. Clear? Thank you very much. We will go for the next experiment later on.